Hi, my kids. I'm looking forward to reading some more to you from the Boxcar children. And I hope that you are all well, and I hope you are following government directives about staying home and not socializing. It's so important, kids. I know you'd like to be out with your friends playing, but we have to really not overburden the hospitals with sick people. The hospitals can deal with sick people, but not if all those people are sick at the same time. So please find things to occupy your mind. Reading books, those of you that took home books, I bet you're glad that you did. I wish that each one of you could have an atlas and a dictionary at home and we could do more together. I know that you're probably missing me reading and asking you questions because I always enjoy our conversations back and forth when we make predictions and we talk about what words mean. I'm missing the interaction with you guys, but know in my mind, I'm thinking about each and every one of you and wish you and your families all the best. So now I'd like to continue with Boxcar Children. Book number 3, The Yellow House Mystery, Chapter 5. It's called The Next Move. I wonder who or what is moving where, or who's doing what. Mr. Alden read the letter again. Then he said, "Jessie, you say we don't know any more than we did, but I think we do." Now, do you guys remember that they found the letter behind the bricks in the chimney? And the letter was, "Dear Bill, thanks for the money. I can make it 3 times as much if you'll help me. Some friends of mine know how. Meet me at your little house in Maine, Bear Trail. Then you can pay Mr. A and get your part of the rest, sure. Look in the tin box. Hide this. S.M." So that was the letter. "Right," said Jessie, laughing. "I think so myself now. We know there's something up in Maine anyway." "Yes, we know that," said her grandfather. "I better tell you one other thing. Just before Bill disappeared, he sold 2 fine racehorses for your grandfather. Oh, sorry, your great-grandfather. But he never paid the money to your great-grandfather. He kept saying he would, but he never did. I always thought this brother of his got it from him. And Bill probably went away to get the money back from his brother. I may be wrong, though." Joe said, "Maybe Bill was afraid to come back without the money." "That's what I thought," said Mr. Alden. "You see, the week after Bill disappeared, his brother Sam was killed by a car. So he couldn't help us find Bill." Jessie asked, "Did Mrs. McGregor know about the racehorses and the money?" "Yes, poor Margaret, she never got over it," answered Mr. Alden. "But she never thought Bill took the money." "Well, we know more than that, Uncle James," said Joe. "We know it has something to do with Bear Trail." "Do you know what Bear Trail means?" "Yes, Benny. I went over Bear Trail when I was 15 years old." "So did you, my boy," cried Mr. Alden. "On that trail you have to go miles in a canoe and then carry the canoe. You were very strong when you came back from that first trip." Joe said, "I liked it so well that later I was a guide for 2 years. But I haven't seen Bear Trail in a long time." "Where is this Bear Trail?" asked Alice. "Let's go home," said Joe. "I can show you on the map." "Okay, I don't think we'll find any more clues in this room." When they were driving home, Alice said, "I can't think what that little house in Maine means. Bill's yellow house is on Surprise Island." "We'll have to solve the other mysteries first, I guess," said Henry. Then maybe we will understand the rest. You all sit on the porch while I get the map, said Joe, stopping the station wagon at the front doorsteps. Soon he had the map on the porch table. They were all looking at it. The children sat around. Joe began to point with his pen. Bear Trail starts from the highway right here, and then you come to a lake. Here it is. There's a camp on this lake. Anyway, there used to be. That's where the canoe comes in, right? Right. It's a beautiful trip. I think I know exactly where to go from here. You can paddle canoe as far as you can. Then you get out and carry the canoe. The woodsmen call that a carry. You can go for miles and miles this way. You don't see a house for days. In Canada, when you're carrying the canoe like that, we would call that a portage. That's something that the fur traders did when they first came to Canada and they had to cross over land between river. Henry looked at his grandfather. Jesse did the same. Everyone on the porch was looking at Mr. Alden as he sat in his easy chair. Yes, I know what you want, he said, smiling and nodding his head. You all want to go to Maine and hunt for Bill. Yeah, that's it, Grandfather. But you always let us do things in the summer when there isn't school. Joe and Alice wanted to go too. Mr. Alden looked at Joe sharply. Do you, though, Joe? Yes, we really do, said Joe, after looking at Alice. Alice and I both love a mystery. We both love camping and canoeing. Alice is a great paddler in a canoe, and I have 2 weeks left before I have to go back to work. Well, if you want to spend your 2 weeks that way, it's all right with me, said Mr. Alden. He means we can all go. Don't you, Grandfather? I suppose so, Benny. You'll have to carry a lot of things with you, though. Those carries, or portages, those are hard work, my boy. Henry's very strong. He could carry lots, and so is Alice. She's strong, too. Well, thank you, Benny, said Alice, surprised. We'll all be stronger when we get home, said Henry. I've been wondering what that letter means, Grandfather, just as Alice said. Your little house in Maine. His yellow house is on Surprise Island. I don't know myself, said Mr. Alden, but I know that Bill built the yellow house on Surprise Island. He did the work all by himself. Well, his brother helped him a bit. Brother? Does his brother have anything to do with this mystery? Yes, I'm afraid so. I never liked his brother. His brother was always in trouble. You think Bill's brother wrote the letter? Asked Jessie. I certainly do, said Mr. Alden. I think the SM at the bottom of the letter means Sam McGregor.